noises.
Tonight, investigators are trying to solve a bizarre mystery in Flagler County.
Some strange noises heard around the world the last few weeks has people buzzing, especially on YouTube. Clips posted from Arizona to England and right next door in Manitoba, all showing folks alarmed by what sounds like a noise straight out of a science fiction flick. Valley News Team's Eric Craig.
Curiosity videos of what appears to be the same strange noise popping up from all over the world online. And the CGDC's Leah Bolton explains it's not just videos from the other side of the globe, there's also one from right here in Dawson Creek.
A sudden rise in YouTube videos from places all over the world has got people talking about the strange moaning noise that was supposedly in the sky between approximately January 9th.
Muitos moradores de Taubaté tomaram um susto hoje. Marcelo Espanha, boa noite para você. Conta melhor essa história pra gente.
Pois é, André, infelizmente eu não tenho essa resposta que todo mundo na cidade quer saber, né? O que há são muitos relatos de muitas pessoas que hoje de manhã houve um grande estrondo na cidade. Há relatos de pessoas dizendo que portas e janelas tremeram. Esse assunto ganhou as ruas, ganhou também a internet, só no nosso jornal eletrônico.
Heard something new, and it was a little scary.
That's a haunting sound, if we've ever heard one.
And what could that possibly be? Somebody shut the door.
La mayoría de ellos son naturales y pueden ser producidos por causas muy diversas.
Tanto los volcanes como los terremotos llevan ruido asociado.
A nivel meteorológico no puede tener ninguna relación.
Podría ser algún sonido propio del interior de la Tierra también, ¿por qué no?
¿Qué puede estar generando esto? Lo desconozco, no lo sé.
Якраз той двір, у якому було зроблено загадковий відеозапис. Ось будинок за адресою Княжий Затон, 17. Ймовірно, саме з його верхніх поверхів і було зроблено.
An update from our desk back at the station. Emergency officials in Lower Bucks County have also received numerous calls about a large boom and the ground shaking, just like some folks were describing out here.
So far, no explanation of what happened here, but it really got the attention of a lot of people, even as far away as Ben Salem, reporting that they felt that their homes were shaking. Police radio have received a lot of calls. The police have received calls.
Coming from there somewhere. I don't like how close that thing is.
Get the kids in the back. It was just so intense. And as a result of that, I got involved. I contacted the Ministry of the Environment to find out what the issue was.
It just startled us.
There was this loud boom. The house shook.
Dudley and Carol Young are talking about what they thought was an explosion around 9:30 this morning in their otherwise quiet community, and they were hardly alone. For more than a half hour, police say, the 911 lines lit up.
We had a big explosion over here somewhere. It shook my house.
It shook everything in my house. It moved my pictures.
How many blasts did you hear?
We heard one. It shook my whole house. It was a bad one.
We received over 50 calls, and we couldn't find what the source of the calls were.
The police were running all over town, and the fire marshal was out and about.
We listened to the scanner, and everybody was baffled on just what it was.
That is, until the National Weather Service confirmed that it was a 2.0 magnitude earthquake centered in North Plainfield, just about 2 miles south of Danielson.
I'm not aware of any other earthquakes in my 19 years here.
Police say initially they thought it was a plane crash or possibly a train derailment, since these tracks go right through town. But at the end of the day, it was just Mother Nature giving these folks something to talk about besides the cold. In Plainfield, Amy Parmenter, NBC Connecticut News.
Okay, this is getting crazy. 8 mystery booms in 1 week for the beginning of January 2015. Now in my home state, cause behind a loud boom still a mystery. January 8, 2015, Ottawa, Iowa. Some residents in Ottawa have been hearing some interesting noises in the past couple of weeks. Ottawa residents have been posting their concerns on Facebook, trying to figure out what could be causing the loud booms. KTVO decided to see what people had to say, and here are some of the comments we got. John said, I live 30 miles away from Ottawa and it happened at my mom's house 2 weeks ago around 9 p.m. It sounded like a bomb went off. It shook my house. Knickknacks moved. I have lived in this area 54 years. It has never happened before. Someone needs to find out what it is. Another comment reads, I remember this same discussion last year and there was a scientific reason for it having to do with the ground reaching certain low temperatures, and one Ottawa resident told us the noises are indescribable. It's just so unexplainable because everybody throughout town has been hearing it. But yet there's some people that live 2 or 3 blocks away that don't hear a thing, said Ottawa resident Dana Jones. Some people are saying the noises are caused by the cold, something called frost quakes. And others say it could be a sonic boom. For now, it's a mystery yet to be solved. I believe I know what these USNs are up to. They are making the booms at a time when a cold spell is gripping the nation, so as to make us think they are frost quakes to test us psychologically, and their medium of disclosure is the internet. They flared up the same way in January of 2014. I would think by next week the booms will decrease from 8 a week to 1. Are all these booms just a coincidence, or is something intelligent causing it? That isn't to say they are ETs, but UFOs that are invisible with some supernatural aspect. I'm also starting to question if they can emanate the sound from above and below ground so as to confuse us. Please give me a rational response based on my evidence and current conclusions.
You went here. Just is it record or the red button? It's okay. Can you shine the light up there? Okay. What we're looking at here, you can see. Hopefully, I'm going to run the light along the beam here. There is what looks to be a 2x12 that is absolutely smashed from the top. You can see up there. There's a lighter portion on the skip sheathing where the beam has come away, where the rafter has come away from the ceiling. This had to be an incredible impact. You can see the brake line right here where it snapped it on the long edge. And you can also, I hope you can see that it's actually pulled it out of the beam pocket a bit. There is some nominal structural damage. Now the beams aren't too far apart here. I'm looking at 10 inches apart, so I don't know how critical it is, but it is structural.
And Brian, this is like what was on the floor.
This is the piece that came. Yeah. I have to believe something that, which we have to assume it's lost some mass in the heat, but
yeah. Well,
something had to be going.
There's another piece in the same.
It had to be going at an incredible rate of speed.
Yeah.
Traditionally found in the coldest regions in the world. But since Oklahoma's temperatures have dropped drastically, residents are a little shaken up.
It's a pretty poorly researched topic.
Oklahomans are becoming more familiar with earthquakes here in the state, but have you heard of cold booms? Or as OU professor Dr. Parsons puts it,
frostquakes.
Reports are flooding in across the state about people hearing loud, mysterious booming noises underground. We talked to News Channel 4's own chief meteorologist, Mike Morgan, about the strange sounds. He explains.
It turns out these
cold booms are a fascinating phenomenon, and it turns out it really all began with that pretty decent rain we had late last week. That rainfall soaked into the ground. Well, then we had this rapid freezing of the temperature. When you go from a liquid to a solid, it gets larger. Well, it turns out when it goes to an ice phase, it has no place to go. So it shows up as a cold boom and actually causes a miniature explosion in the ground.
And although it is noisy, officials say there's really nothing to worry about, but in some rare cases, it can cause structural damage. At the National Weather Center, Andrew Donnelly, News Channel 4.
Residents react to mysterious boom in Lubbock, Texas, January 6, 2015. Lubbock, TX. Hundreds of residents in Lubbock heard a loud boom around 6:05 p.m. Tuesday evening. Immediately, viewers took to Facebook to try to pinpoint the location and express their concern. One viewer commented on Facebook saying it shook her house in Wolforth, and many other viewers said it sounded like a car had ran into their garage. Based on the viewers' feedback, KAMC has gathered that the boom stretched from 19th and Milwaukee to as far as 110th and Indiana. The Lubbock County Sheriff's deputies went to investigate the area around 1585 and Brownfield Highway after receiving reports of the sound of an explosion. But after scoping the area for 30 minutes, they left empty-handed. So, what was the source of the loud boom that almost everyone heard but no one saw? The answer seems to be unknown. Lynn County Architectural Testing, Inc., a company that conducts blast tests for commercial companies, said it had not conducted a test during the time the boom was reported. There have been several accounts of what people thought they saw, like a large cloud of black smoke in the sky. However, nothing has been confirmed, so for now, everyone is left speculating. Another mystery boom mistaken for earthquake. 2.0 earthquake rattles eastern Connecticut January 8, 2015. A small earthquake rattled residents of eastern Connecticut on Thursday morning. Residents of Plainfield reported hearing loud booms on Thursday morning. Police said the National Weather Service and the Department of Emergency Management and Homeland Security confirmed a 2.0 to 2.2 magnitude earthquake centered 1.8 miles south of Danielson, in the northern part of Plainfield. Seismographs said the Weston Observatory at Boston College registered the earthquake just before 9:30 a.m. And Dr. John Ebel of Boston College said a 2.0 earthquake would cause a loud boom, followed by some shaking, but no damage, end quote. This is not true. You would not even feel a 2.0, let alone hear a boom out of it, and this was not confirmed on USGS, quote. Plainfield police said they received more than 50 calls to 911 reporting a loud explosion, followed by shaking, which match Ebel's description of a 2.0 earthquake. While this is not a common occurrence in Connecticut, it is not unheard of. Ebel said there are, on average, 6 earthquakes per year in New England. Before confirming that the calls were reports of an earthquake, police said they, as well as the fire marshal's office, ruled out any active blasting in the area. Incidents on Interstate 395 or with the Providence and Worcester Railroad. Weston Observatory also had 2 reports of earthquakes in the area of Danielson on November 9th.
This is Dapu7 with more mystery booms being reported. I recently covered these booms ranging from Louisiana all the way out west to the Pacific Northwest. And, everybody has their theory, especially when no one has any proof. Now, just like what happened over on the West Coast, this event that just took place in Pennsylvania was said to have lasted just a couple seconds, been very massive, shook the homes, happened broad daylight, 3:30 in the afternoon, and fire departments and police went on a search into the mountainside trying to find what it could have been. They found nothing. This story is a mirror story to what I ran the other day off the West Coast. Exact same. And I know some people say, oh, sonic booms, aircraft, this and that. It could be, but yet again, no proof. what if it's something else? A lot of things going on underground, and it's kind of odd that these mysterious booms seem to be coming from the mountain regions. Anyway, I just wanted to run the update, let it be known. Another one. I'll leave a link in the description box. Keep you guys posted if I hear of any more. It's been Dabu7. Peace.
New details now about a story we brought you Monday. A booming sound heard in West Warwick and parts of Coventry.
It's a mystery. NBC 10's RJ Hine is digging deeper tonight. He finds the booms have been heard all over the past few years in different parts of the country.
2 cars colliding really fast, like 100 miles an hour.
That's how Susan Clifford of West Warwick described the booming sound around 8:20 Sunday night that shook her TV stand and produced dozens of calls to police and fire. What is fact is that these booming sounds are not tied to seismic activity, according to the U.S. Geologic Survey, but have been taking place over the past few years, not just in Rhode Island, but across parts of the country, too.
People just can't stop talking about this mysterious boom heard throughout western New York. Happened over the weekend, just 2 hours before an earthquake was recorded in South Lockport.
But the mystery still remains. What was that boom people heard on Saturday night?
It's enough to startle you. You know, sure, it makes you pay attention.
A series of shakes and booms over the weekend have some people here in western New York curious.
I was in the kitchen getting ready for dinner.
And then boom.
And then boom, yeah. And it's not the first one I've heard, so it really didn't surprise me.
It was huge. It sounded like a jet plane had gone supersonic over us at a low altitude.
But these mystery booms drive us crazy because we don't know what they are. You know, humans are curious. And when we can't explain it, then we're very curious.
Coincidentally, loud booms were also heard in England at the same time the sound was heard here in western New York.
From the sky, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
We are living in the end times, but most of you out there don't even know that because you're not watching for the signs of the times. The Bible gives us a lot of clues on what it will be like in the end times. If you just read your Bible, you will see. Just start in Revelations. Jesus tells us to all watch for the signs of his soon return. We all need to wake up from our sleep and come into reality of what is really going on in our world around us. It is so easy to see and just remember, God didn't give us the spirit of fear. Don't let fear take over you, because there's nothing to fear when you have Jesus on your side and in your heart. There's a parable in the Bible that says if the man of the house knew in what hour the thief would have come, the man would not suffer his house to be robbed, because he would have stayed up and kept watch. So we must keep watch, for we know not what the hour our Lord Jesus would return, but we know we are in that season because we are watching for the signs of the times. And we know that the soon return of Jesus will be upon us if we're watching. We need to be ready for our bridegroom. He could come at any hour. We need to keep our oil in our lamps and keep watch, and not be like the foolish virgins that let their oil burn out and went to sleep. Woke up later to see that they had missed the wedding.